Hello, my name is Garfield Hamilton. The purpose of this video is to show how we can use an online calendar to help churches coordinate events across a district and to reduce overlaps and conflicts and to generally let everyone become aware of what is going on so they can support each other better. Now, the tools that we're using here are free. We're using a Google Calendar. And as a result, to access that calendar, we have to create a Gmail account. Now, we created a single Gmail account for the district that is used to host all of the calendars. And then each calendar is going to be shared with the individual churches for them to manage and to add their events. I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. So you're going to sign into Google. And let's erase this one and put the master email address for the district. Okay, once you're signed in, you have the options of accessing multiple tools. Not only is the calendar available, but you have Gmail and other tools as well. And so you're going to click this little icon, come down to the calendar, and then you'll see what's been set up at the district level. Okay, and what's been done, you see there's a calendar that's been created for the district. And then a calendar has been created for each church within the district. And so if a church creates an event on their calendar, that event will be visible here in this master calendar per se. Okay, if we look, let's take a look at a month level, and we see some sample events have been created. Some have been created on the district calendar. Others have been created on individual church calendars. And so this is January, February. There's an event in March. Another one here from Deerfield. And so as we add more events to church calendars, those events will appear here on the district, on this master calendar, and everyone's going to be able to see it. So let's take a look at how events are added and removed. If we want to remove, we have the option, as you can see, of removing events from view by clicking on this icon, and if it turns white, then the events are going to disappear. It's like a toggle. Here's a Deerfield event. Let's say maybe we don't want to see events from certain locations, or maybe it's cluttered and we want to remove certain events. You just click on the icon and those events will disappear from your view. All of the ones that are active are visible, and so that gives you a way of controlling what appears on this this view. Now, this is at the district level where they have all these calendars available to them. They're all merged onto this master calendar. They can see the events that's going on through all the individual churches. Now, how does the individual church get to manage their own events, their own calendar? And what's been done, or what will happen as we get email addresses from each church, is that the calendar will be shared with that particular church. And to enable this sharing, each church needs to have their own Gmail address that they can use to access their calendar. So by clicking here, this is what we've done at the district level for each calendar. We share this calendar, and as you can see down here in this share with specific people section, the calendar is actually going to be shared with everyone. Okay, the district here, they have the ability to make changes and manage sharing on the calendar. Now, we've only added Deerfield since we've already had an online calendar set up. But what they get to do is they only get to see the events. They don't get to make any changes. This particular calendar, for example, would belong to Davy, and once we get a Gmail address from them, we would actually add that address in here and change it so that they can manage and do have full control of that calendar, while everyone else will only be able to see the details. So they would manage the calendar, everyone else would just be able to see the events. Okay, and so that's how we share the calendar with all the other churches. And so each church's calendar will be shared with every other church. Okay, every other church will be able to view their calendar, but only they will be able to actually make updates and changes. The district level account can do it as well, but I doubt they're going to want to make changes on the individual church calendar. They're only going to change their own district level calendar. That's where you'll see the events such as the roundups or the camp meetings and so forth. District level events will appear here. Church specific events will appear on individual church calendars. Okay, so at the district level, let's say they wanted to add an event to their calendar, they would just click. You notice that it's going to go on that calendar, and sample event. Okay, come in, and it gives you a lot of flexibility on dates, all day, or if it's not all day, you can set it for a specific time, start time, where you give a location. If you give an address, then it will enable a map view. So when someone looks at the event, they can actually pull the location up on the map and get driving directions. Okay, all of this functionality is available from the Google's apps as well. So this is a calendar that is going to appear on the description. You can add attachments if there's documentation that's associated with your event. And down here you can add the visibility. Is this public or is this private? If it's public, then this event's going to be viewable on all the calendars. If it's private, then you're going to be the only one that's able to see it. Okay, and so that's how events can be created. And we're not going to actually add it, but just wanted to walk through. Go ahead and discard it. And the next thing that we want to do is to show you what it looks like from an individual church. Okay, this is a district level. They're able to see all of these calendars. They can add events. They can unclick and deselect the events that are going to show up on view. But now let's take a look at an individual church. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another window. And I'm going to log in with the Deerfield account. Okay, and there we go. It's my email address. And okay, we're in. Now we're going to click this icon, go down to the calendar, and you're going to take a look at our calendars. Okay, what we've done here is something that a church can do. Let's say you have events that you do not want to appear on the district calendar because you don't want that calendar to be cluttered with your local church events. We have events for Sunday school, morning worship, our prayer meetings, and so forth. So we have local events that we probably don't want to have cluttered on the district calendar. So what we've done is we've created our own local event calendar, and that calendar just contains our local events that we don't want to appear on the district calendar. Then we've created a separate calendar called district church events, and those events are events that we actually want to be seen district wide. Okay, and notice here that's because the district calendar is also merged into ours. We're seeing that as well. But let's go to, we have an event coming up in March. Look at the month view. Let's take that off. So you see we have this concert coming up in March. Okay, so because that's on the district church event calendar, that's going to appear on the district calendar. All the churches can see it in their accounts. Okay, however, we have our local events here that we don't want to clutter anyone's calendars with. So it's going to be selectable. It's going to be our second calendar. And notice that we can add, and from our view, we can add and remove those events anytime we want. Okay, and now all of the other calendars that were created in the district account are here. Okay, notice that we have access to all of the church calendars that have been shared with us, and so they're automatically activated so that when churches add events to their calendars, they're automatically visible in our view. Okay, so if we decided that we wanted to take one out, notice here, we can unclick Hollywood and their events would disappear. But by default, they're all visible. So that is how all the churches will be able to see everyone else's events. They have the ability to select and deselect, to remove events from view if things are cluttered. And they also have the ability to create their own separate calendars to control their local events, so that their local events will not clutter the district calendars. Okay, and so that's what I suggest. If you have local events, that you create a separate calendar for those, and then create a separate calendar for the district. The district calendar is the one that's going to be shared with you, so you can just use that and then create a separate calendar for your own local events. And notice that you can merge those together and see both of those at the same time in your calendar. So this is just a simple walkthrough. The very first step is that each church needs to create their own Gmail account, and that will allow you to access the Google services, the free online calendar. And so once you create your Google account, then we will share the calendar from the district level with you. You'll be able to then manage that calendar, add your events. If you want to create a separate calendar for your own private events, you can easily do it. I'm just right here. Create a new calendar and just give it a name, and that calendar is going to be your own local calendar for your private events that you don't want to appear at the district level. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, you can always give me an email at GWH. I'll just put it right here so you can see it. Okay, there I am. GWH at AssetFoundry.com, Garfield Hamilton. Phone number is 561-312-7811. Okay, if you have any questions, okay? So I want to thank you so much for your time, and you have a blessed day.